Come on in. Brand new week. Christmas is almost here. Christmas is almost upon us. Christmas is almost upon us. I remember growing up where they keep saying, Christmas, Christmas, Christmas. People have so much issues with Christmas. Issues with Christmas. Problems you have with Christmas, folks. Had a great weekend. I hope your weekend was good. I hope you had a great weekend. I am going to be shooting this in 2 formats today because I had some technical difficulties last week, the end of last week, even on Saturday. I was recording a race and the sound wasn't there. So I'm just not gonna be a victim of this happenstance. So what I'm gonna end up doing is I'm gonna have it in 2 formats. One is going to be open settings. Come on. Of course, the second format is giving me issues. Of course. Of course. But hey, that's fine. I'm ready to rock and roll, man. Stream key, all right. So today, what we're gonna cover today is have a backpack. I got a little hack for a backpack, something I never tried before. Well, I've tried it in a different way. I just didn't try it this way. And I'm just gonna finish putting the wheels on this thing. I just told you I'm gonna end up keeping this. So I told the guys I was gonna keep this. So I'm gonna end up keeping this. And I'm also working on a digital giveaway for the backpack. I'm still deciding how I'm going to do this. I may not. I'm still deciding. So it's something up in the air. My last giveaway for the year, and I don't know. I'm still working on it, but it's probably going to be before. It's going to be before Christmas, but I'm still working on it. Okay, let's see what we got cooking here, man. Let me see what the hell's going on. It's starting to irritate me. My son said, "Hey, Dad, just do a sample of your stream, and don't worry about it, and then afterwards." But I'm gonna figure it out. I'm gonna figure it out, man. Let me check the volume, make sure I could be heard. Hello? Okay, good. I'm there. What's next? Okay, so that's one. That's one. Don't worry, guys. I'm almost there, man. I'm not gonna go down like this. I'm not gonna go down like this. There you go. Just give me a second. Show hasn't started yet. I'm just doing some checks in the beginning. I'm just doing some checks real quick. And once I get this, then I think all my shows are going to be like this. And the funny thing about it, I did it in the beginning. When I first, a couple of months ago, I was doing 2 lives. Like one was designed for just a vertical, and the other was kind of give people an overhead, right, view of what I'm working on. And then I stopped it. And then just this weekend, I saw a feature on YouTube that allows you to, while you're shooting your regular horizontal, that they'll crop it into a vertical simultaneously. I was like, I was already doing it. I just thought it was a little silly. I'm like, why am I doing, but it made sense for the folks who just want to So folks who want to zero in on the content, they may want to see the hands-on, and others are just here, just we're gaffing, man. We're just chatting and stuff. Oh my gosh. I gotta verify it's me. This is ridiculous. And I'm using. Okay, if for some reason this blanks out, I got a two-step verification. Come on, baby. Ain't gonna make this easy. Are you kidding me? Oh my God. Of course it's not gonna be easy, man. Come on. You want to play with the big boys, you better be ready, buddy. Oh man. Am I in like Flynn now? Am I in like Flynn? I think I'm in like Flynn. Okay, I gotta change this title. All right, here we go. Golly, boy, I tell you. Done. Oh, sure, no, cancel. No. Let's not do that. Okay. How do I change the title now? How do I change the title? But that's not what I'm covering. Oh my gosh, come on. It's still breaking up into pieces. All right, forget it, man. I'm just gonna have to figure this out later. The second, I'm just gonna have to figure it out later. It's unlisted. Okay, that's fine. It's unlisted. Something's going on where all of last week I was shooting OBS Studio. Everything was smooth. I had an update on Windows, and after that, everything is choppy. I reset the Wi-Fi. I did some things with the studio. The only thing I didn't do was go back to the previous update. I may just have to do that. I don't know. But you know what? Let me let it run. For you guys, I'm gonna just do this, and let me let it run. Okay, just give me a second. Let me just fix this here, man. I'm not going down like that, bro. It doesn't work like that. I'm gonna fight every step of the way. All right. Over backpack tag. Overhead view. Let's try that. Okay. All right. So now I have the vertical view, the overhead view of what I'm doing here. Let me run it. I'm gonna do it public with all the errors involved. Let's see. I'm gonna feel this thing out all the way. It says poor connection. Golly, man. Let me see what it looks like. Yeah, YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. All right. All right, bet. I'll do this then. I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna leave it as a unlisted, and let me see what happens. Okay, here we go. Let's get started, man. Enough is enough. Enough is enough of this, man. I did what I could. I'm gonna figure it out. All right, and I'll leave the rest for another day. That's fine. I gotta get the show must go on, right? Golly, what it is, bro. Okay, so these are the ones. All right, I'm gonna do the backpack in a second. I just wanna. No, you didn't. Yes, you did. Yes, you did, man. Holy cow. So guys, I'm going to do something. I'm connecting two wires. Now this is the what's going on, okay? We have some customers with a lot of backpacks that they use for cleaning. And sometimes my job, believe it or not, is to just keep them running, keep them one way or the other, just so they don't skip a beat, all right? And but then it becomes expensive. Replacing heads, replacing nozzles, replacing cords, hoses. Hoses are expensive. Protein backpack hose will run you between like well, I mean, if you have the non-electric hose, which is one of the ones I'm working on now, they're not as expensive, but the electric hose is going to be about 150, 180, depends if you get the kit with the power nozzle and the wand and the hose. Then you're talking, you know, about $300, $350 or something like that, depending on the manufacturer. I mean, not manufacturer, depending on the reseller. But anyway, so we had an issue with the hose, and I had to go and get some parts. This is the part I was mad that I did. The other day, I was like, let me use this to pick something up. And I had the damn thing in here. Piss me off. I'm human, you know, we all make mistakes. You're half human, half amazing, guys. Don't forget, right? We always strive for the best, but we understand that shit happens. Okay. But sometimes, most of the time, it's our fault. You know, there on a few occasions you can blame somebody else for your stuff, but most of the time, it's it's either bad judgment, bad memory, lack of focus, or something. You know, it's very few has to do with with someone else really messing with you. Okay. Interesting. Look at that. Image is all messed up. I'm gonna just cut this feed altogether. This is crazy. You guys heard what happened to Rob Reiner, huh? That guy, the actor. It's messed up. Don't know the guy, of course. It was 1,000 miles away. But you don't want people dying like that, bro. That's not cool. Not cool at all. Let me cut this feed off. How do I end the stream here? Let me end the stream, man. My apologies, folks. The show hasn't really started yet, I'll be honest with you. I was doing an experiment, trying to get stuff together while I get myself ready. End the stream, exit. I'm gonna delete this, I don't need this. Just can't get rid of this. Delete this, yeah. Okay. I'm back on the vertical. All right. It's what it is. Okay. All right. So my backpack's gonna be in the house in a second. Let me start doing what I'm doing here. All right. I'm just gonna set this guy up. Okay. And then I'm gonna get to my backpack. Now, I'm gonna answer a couple of questions some people had, or if comments that they had over the weekend. And just feel free, guys, if you feel like you need to ask a question about the equipment, the machine, and maybe you're having trouble with a particular machine, if I can help, I will help. Okay, I'll answer the questions the best I can, right? And don't be shy, you know, like don't feel like this is silly, I should know how to do this, you know, why am I asking? Don't feel like that. Just be wide open to say, hey, listen, this is what I'm going through. All right, I need some help with this. I tried my best. And listen, I make mistakes too. A lot of the times, guys, believe it or not, especially if it's a machine that I don't know much about, I have to stop and think and work my way through it. And what I'm relying on is basic investigative, style troubleshooting. The same thing that you can do at home, okay? That's all I'm doing. There's nothing special. There's no special training. I would love to say that, I'm specially trained, no. It's just trial and error, okay? And if I can make the errors so you don't have to, then fantastic. You can learn from my errors, all right? But a lot of the times, guys, I am learning this stuff as I go. I'm making the mistakes as I go, and it's happening like live, right? And then I'm like, okay, guys, well, don't do that. We just learned not to do that one, right? Because as we go forward, man, I guess a lot of machines going forward is probably going to have a lot more AI and robotics and all the other stuff and sensors. As for how well they're going to clean, I don't know. Old school is always better for me when it comes to cleaning and stuff like that. Hey, you got an old vintage Kirby Omega. Oh yeah, oh wow, okay. Hey, have you tried putting it on eBay or something like that? Omega, damn. You know what you know what's crazy? I have a classic in front of me right here. I have a classic Kirby right in front of me, man, that I'm looking at right now. The Omega is before the classic. Omega is probably, is it 2 models before the classic or 1 model? The Omega is brown, right? Let me get this out the way. I just finished, I just have to, this is my official little shop vacuum now. I'm gonna use to vacuum up stuff. Let me get that classic for you. Let me show you the classic I have right in front of me. I wasn't joking. But probably eBay. There are a lot of people still looking for these machines out there. So I got my classic. Is that cool? Yeah, I still got these machines. And a customer was just talking about the other day that how she's finding that, she has to come to grips with the fact that the machines are just not going to be built to last anymore. And I think the faster we understand that about just about everything, then you pivot. You pivot your attention and your focus and your game plan and tactic with one, how much money you spend on a vacuum or any appliance or a vehicle. Homes are, if you notice that homes are popping up, soon the homes are gonna just wither away, you know what I mean? Them homes are gonna be so easy to break down after a while where they can just pop a whole new neighborhood up. You just let the other one just disintegrate. Because they're whipping them up so fast and it just seems like the materials are just so Lego-like. And Legos are probably stronger than the houses, who knows? Anyway, let's get to this thing here, and I'm gonna show you what I did and what I did. Now, this is not the traditional head for a backpack, a protein backpack. This is not the traditional head, right? This is not the traditional wand even, okay? This is more like a Newton wand, right? But I've seen a bunch of different style wands with these backpacks. For the straight suction one, the wands look more like this. Let me get this one for you. For the straight suction, the wands look like this, and then the traditional telescopic wand and head look like this. This is the traditional head for the protein backpack. This is the traditional wand Okay? Is he going down? You don't want to go down. Like this. Okay? And what I'm showing you is a hack. Okay? Not the way to go. It's a hack when you're stuck. And then they have these ones for the straight suction. So, you know, there's no like, you gotta do it this way, right? I'm gonna do it in a way that's gonna help me right now. Fair enough? Okay? If it serves me right now based on my needs. So, I had to come up with a solution for this customer, okay? She says, Wayne, I need a new hose. So we bought the new hose, right? But the older setup was slightly different, right? The older setup had this and this kind of deal, so I had to take that apart and kind of blend it with this. So I took this out and I had to make these work like that. So I'm gonna show you how I seal this up, because that's how she wanted it. She wanted them sealed up for some reason. And then I use a tool, not a tool, but a connector that I've never used before. I use this guy, right? I use this guy because I had a problem. What I had was coming down from, read the question, let me see, hold on. Serious question. Here, the hand attachment come with a polishing wheel and a hard grinding wheel. Yeah. For sharpening knives. Sharpening knives and stuff like that. Kirby used to do stuff like that where they would have knife sharpeners, stuff to read, stuff to cut hair. Even the new Kirby's have like a Dremel style tool to it, the Handy Butler. So yeah, that's what it's for. It's for sharpening knives. A vacuum. You know what I'm saying? Vacuum to sharpen knives, bro. Hey man, sorry about that. I get caught up in my work here, and sometimes it's hard to just keep looking at the questions and everything. But yeah, that's what it's for. And there are people out there. Look, there are people out there that collect Kirby's. If it's in good condition, you have it polished. Because I have a couple of guys that they've purchased Kirby's from me specifically for collection purposes. This guy wanted a G6 for a specific year, because they would have like anniversary editions. They'll have special editions. The first iteration of that model, because they'll go through like a first iteration and a second iteration like that. Then Kirby distributors they get Kirby's from Kirby as a prize, and it's gold plated, so they were collecting those. So there are people out there that would buy them. Just put them up for sale, put them online, and you'd be surprised, and just make sure you put vintage in the title, and see how it goes. But make sure it's nice and shiny and polished. All right. Okay. All right. So back to this deal here. I'm going to show you how this worked. What I did with this, and then I have a backpack that I'm going to try to figure out what's going on. I was told that the motor is making a noise, so we're going to see what's happening with that. All right. Okay. But what I do want to do, what I can't really show. Well, no, I probably can. Let me do this first. I'll deal with the comments later. All right, so let me show you how this little hack works, okay? And so normally when I combine stuff, let me show you. You use your, like the idea of this, because this is what I needed. I needed this. Okay, so the hose that I purchased, right? What I was looking for was the one where the thing coming up from the wire come on, coming up from the brush nozzle will just connect straight into here like this, right? But the way this is set up, it comes out like that, right? So we had to kind of figure something out, right? So this, of course, is gonna fall all over the place. So this, come on, buddy. So this had this, and of course this had this, right? So I purchased this, right? But then at the end of the wiring, it was this. And this, I was gonna originally just open up this thing here and just install it like this. I was just gonna open up the head and put it in so to allow it to be its connector. But the way this is built, it's not built like that. So it's like, man, I can't do that kind of hack with this. So I had to now think, okay, I need to combine these two wires together, but I don't want it to look clumsy. You know, I don't want it to look like this. I don't want it to have this twist and all that stuff on there, okay? Or even, you know, anything that looks, you know, like this, you know, that kind of stuff. So I decided to use this hookup. And let me show what it looks like when it's broken apart. All right. Okay, so it looks like this, right? All right, so when it's all together, it has this look to it, okay? On the inside, you're connecting your lead and you're connecting your neutral on opposite sides of this, and you screw this into here, and you screw that into here, and then you screw the back end into there, you screw the back end into there. So let's see if I can, I'm gonna take it apart for you to see how it looks like in real time here. And then I'm gonna use my heat gun and I'm gonna seal this thing up. It's not, I don't think it's necessary, but this is how, like I said, this is what they wanted. Right now, this is what it looks like. It looks fine, you know, like, it looks fine to me, but we're gonna seal it up regardless, okay? All right, so that's, I'm not gonna fight that, all right? So you take it apart, okay? And the wiring will go right through here. You take this end apart. See that? All right, so you're literally, what your cord is doing, let me see if we can get the other one. Let me show you what the cord's doing. Just clever, right? It's nice. I think it's clever. So the cord's doing this, okay? And then your neutral will go into the neutral hole, and the live will go into the live hole, and then you just, well, let's act as if we did that, right, for a second. Right? And then you screw it in, and you screw this in. And it's locked in. And just do it real tight. So, you know, just do it real tight. Now, on both ends, you're going to have like, because people have different size cords, right? So, if you have those bigger commercial thick cords, right, you would probably use this kind of an opening. But for cords small like this, you would squeeze it through, well, look at that. You would squeeze it through something like that, smaller opening. Okay? All right? Cool? Cool. All right? So what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna get my heat gun. I've already tested it, so I know it works. All right? I'm gonna get my heat gun and I'm gonna seal up that wrap. But I thought it was clever, man. I've never used this before. I don't know how many years it's been out. But I wish I knew about it before. To think, I didn't even know about this damn thing. It's clever. It's nice. Now I hope you know, you just want it to stand up. You know, you want it to be there all the time. But man, I like this thing. It's It's probably because I like gadgets, so maybe that's what it is. Okay, but that's it, man. It is awesome, 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 awesome. So I'll retain this for use. I'm gonna need it later. You know, you're gonna need it for something. You're always gonna need something for something. All right, let me move this out the way. Slide back. But yeah, but honestly, it was something that used to always bug me about the cords, because I was like, man, I don't want to. And you could probably even do it for a regular vacuum cord. I'll be honest with you. Rather than, I've seen people bring cords in. Do I have one here? I think I have one. I think I had one. I switched the cord out the other day because it was a Kirby cord. I was like, man, come on, man, you can't have your Kirby cord looking like this. And I've seen people do this. You see this? I just switched out this cord. I've seen people do this, and they use tape. Okay? So, anyway, I was gonna demonstrate it, but it's fine. I was thinking, I was just like, you know, should I do it? I don't got time. But I can tell in the middle here that it's they lumped it together, right? And I'm like, I don't know, man. I don't know if I would have done that. Somebody's car is going off out there. This is real tight. It's gonna be hard for me to unwind this. Where's my glasses? What the hell? If you know what I'm doing here, right? If you have glasses, you know what I'm talking about. There are times you're looking for your glasses and it's on your head. So, where's my glasses? And it's right there. So I went like this to check. Oh my gosh. Oh, here they are. Here's a set. Because I left my other ones home. These are my backup glasses. These are my backup. This is more like for reading. That's what I need glasses for, actually, reading. Not for driving. Okay, here's an end. Here's an end. Let's see what it looks like underneath. Let's see what it looks like underneath. Okay. Here we go. Camera. Yeah, no, that's fine because we're right here, man. I'm not gonna change the camera right now. I already have too many technical difficulties I'm dealing with, like tech demons. But it's just so happened that it happened right after the upgrade. So either my computer is not, my computer itself, which I just purchased, that, this is what you would do. I mean, you're trying to fix it yourself. I get it, all right? So this is one way. Kind of get a visual of this, okay? And it came out, right? So if I were to do this, what would I do? Okay? Well, let's see. Let me do this, because this is too much stuff in the way. Let me seal this up real quick. And then I'm going to show you what I would do with this, all right? Let's do that. Let's get all this stuff out the way.